Hello, Scott Thomas here with Stewardship Matters. I'd love to share with you a story about fireboat drill or lifeboat drill. It's a very powerful story that I think you're going to appreciate. So when you've gone on a cruise, if you've gone on one, you know that there's some time while you're in port that you have to go and find your lifeboat, you have to get your life vest on, and you have to go through the routine. We were growing up in school, we had fire drills where we had to go out into the parking lot, and even at some corporations where I've worked, we've had fire drills where we've had to evacuate the building, and it was part of the insurance mandate. I'd like to tell you about a superhero about this. There's an individual, his name is Rizzo. He was born in Wales. He was served in the American Army in Vietnam, highly decorated veteran, and he was a true leader. He never left anyone behind. He was an amazing guy, and he was about process. He came back to the States, got his degree in the Midwest, was working in New Jersey as a security person, and he was hired by JP Morgan Chase. Well, JP Morgan Chase, early 1990s, was in the World Trade Center. If you remember, 1993 was a bomb, and Rick Rizzo said, "I'll take this job, but everyone's got to do what I tell them to do." Now there's 3,000 employees total over 20-something floors. And Rick would go through at least once a year, if not more, and he would have a bullhorn, and he would go through from floor to floor, and people would have to stop what they're doing. Even if they're in the middle of a billion-dollar deal, they had to stop, they had to walk the stairs, go down anywhere from 20 to 60 flights of stairs and get down to the ground, and then they all had to be accounted for. So when 9/11 hit, Rick was not supposed to be working that day. He was supposed to be at a wedding, and he stayed back because his number two person had a conflict that they weren't able to be there. So he delayed going to the wedding and the pre-wedding ceremony, and he happened to be there on 9/11. And Rick went from floor to floor when the towers were attacked, and he did what they had prepared to do. He saved over 2,700 lives. There were 13 people lost, and Rick was going back into the buildings to go find those other 12 people that were missing when he lost his life. I say this because it's important to know what is your fire drill, what is your lifeboat plan. And so asking the questions with the assumption that you died or became disabled yesterday. And so by asking questions that say, well, where are things? What would that look like? How would that affect the people that I'm leaving behind? Think about how you could make things better for those you leave behind. Where would they find the stuff? Is it organized? Are there things that you can do today to improve that? I hope you find this beneficial. And if you'd like to have a fire drill conversation about your stuff and asking follow-up questions, I'd love to do that. You could reach out to me, Scott at stewardshipmatters.net. Website is stewardshipmatters.net.